At her side, as always, was Kato, his tall figure blending into the night, a steady presence for Nal. The rustling leaves and crackling fires were muted by the rhythm of his breath. His face, lit by the flames, showed calm resolve from years of battle. His spear, worn smooth from use, rested at his side like part of him. His readiness was clear, his loyalty to Nal unshakable. As warriors prepared and elders prayed, Nal felt a wave of uncertainty. This battle was different. She wasn't just fighting, she was leading. The lives of her people rested on her shoulders. Gripping her weapon, she reminded herself of the countless hours spent preparing for this moment. She could not falter now. At her side was Kato, his tall, broad-shouldered figure blending into the night. Yet his presence was undeniable, a constant source of strength for Nal. His face, lit by the warm glow of village fires, showed no fear, only the quiet determination of a seasoned warrior. The firelight danced against his skin, making his features appear even more resolute. Kato's spear, worn smooth from years of battle, rested in his hand like an extension of himself. He was ready to fight again, but more importantly, he was ready to stand by Nal. Their bond was unspoken, forged through years of shared victories and challenges. As the village moved around them, warriors sharpening weapons, elders praying, Nal felt a wave of uncertainty. This time, she wasn't just a warrior, she was their leader. The lives of the people and the future of Mbwila now rested in her hands. Her chest tightened as the weight of the moment settled over her, but she didn't let it show. Gripping the familiar leather hilt of her spear, she reminded herself of the hours she had spent training. This was her destiny.
It feels different this time, Kato. The responsibility, it's heavier now.
Kato, who had known Nal since childhood, sensed the hidden tension beneath her composed exterior. Though she appeared fearless to her people, he knew better. He could detect the doubt she concealed, even when she projected confidence. As he turned to her, his battle-hardened expression softened. He saw not just a leader, but his closest friend, burdened by leadership's weight. Without a word, he stepped closer and placed a firm hand on her shoulder. His touch was warm and steady, a simple but meaningful gesture from their years of shared battles and trust. In that single motion, Kato communicated his unwavering loyalty. He had always stood by her side and would continue to do so. Nal wasn't alone in her role as leader. With Kato's steadfast presence, she knew she could face any challenge ahead.
You've led us through every storm, Nala. You've prepared for this your whole life. Your people believe in you, and I believe in you. We stand with you. You don't carry this weight alone.
Nal felt her tension ease under the reassuring weight of Kato's hand. His steady presence a reminder of all the times he had stood beside her, both in peace and battle. His calm voice and unwavering belief had always grounded her, giving her the strength to face any challenge. Reflecting on their shared journey, from childhood training to battles fought side by side, Nala realized how much Kato's support had carried her through difficult moments. Now, as they stood on the brink of a great battle, she understood that this wasn't her fight alone. With her people, her warriors, and Kato beside her, they were stronger together and ready to face anything. The warriors of Mbwila prepared for battle with urgency, the clinking of armor and spears creating a steady rhythm of strength and readiness. Amidst these strategic discussions and occasional laughter, they found solace in shared resilience. The elders chanted ancient prayers around the fire, invoking ancestral spirits for wisdom and protection, while shadows flickered across the village. Nearby, children too young to fight watched in awe, some clinging to their mothers, others mimicking the warriors' movements with sticks. Nal's heart tightened as she observed them, knowing the battle was not just for the present, but to secure a future for these children. The warriors of Mbwila would fight for their home and for the generations to come.
Look at them, Nala. They're ready, not because they have to be, but because they want to be. They know what's at stake.
Kato's words resonated deeply within Nal, reminding her that the people of Mbwila were not just preparing for a fight, but to defend their families, history, and way of life. The hills, rivers, and forests were more than just land. They were old allies that had sustained and protected them for generations. The warriors knew the hidden paths, secret groves, and narrow passes that would slow the enemy. The land was woven into their identity, standing with them in battle. As they prepared, they knew they weren't alone. The very earth would rise with them, fueling their determination to protect the legacy of their ancestors. Nalo took a deep breath, observing her people with a steady gaze. The firelight flickered across the determined faces of the warriors as they adjusted their shields and tested their spears with precision. Every movement was purposeful, smooth, and efficient, with no hesitation. The villagers moved as one unified force, ready for what lay ahead. Pride surged within Nala as she witnessed their calm, focused energy. They were prepared for battle, and she knew she was too. Kato had been right. They were ready. Now it was time for Nal to lead her people into battle with the courage and strength she had trained for her entire life.
You're right, Kato. Our people are ready and so am I. We've prepared for this moment and no matter what the Portuguese bring, we will fight back.
Nal's voice rang out strong and clear, filled with the confidence of a leader determined to protect her people. The fire in her heart matched the flames flickering around the village, and her words ignited courage in her warriors, who stood taller and more resolute. Kato, beside her, smiled with quiet faith in her strength. Together, they led with a shared purpose. Under the twinkling stars, scouts moved silently through the forest, while traps were carefully laid along hidden paths. Every warrior knew their role, and the village buzzed with unity and determination. Though the threat was real, their togetherness gave them strength and hope for the coming battle.